Has Google search gotten less accurate in anyone else's opinion? In the sense that it'll Google something and often have to go to the second page to find the result to get past what look like ads. Even Wikipedia is often on the second page. Okay, it's not in your head, sir. This is a user, by the way, on Reddit. Ooh, this post is from 2 years ago. What? Posted by you, deleted 2 years ago. Very strange. Anyway. Oh. Reddit's been screwing me up lately. Does that mean it's a repost? I'm supposed to know what this means, Will.
Okay.
It doesn't matter because the concept is what we are evaluating here. And the same thing could be true a week from now, a month from now, and certainly 2 years from now. Yes, absolutely this is the case. I hate how poorly ranked Wikipedia is because I am a Wikipedia fanatic. I realize that Wikipedia has varying value depending on subject and depending on each individual page that lives there, but I like the concept of it. I was an encyclopedia junkie, was one of my first obsessions on my first computer. I'm talking about Encarta. Did you have a copy?
The CD?
Yes, absolutely. CD-ROM copy. And I would just, again, this was before I had an inventory of games or anything. I would load up the Encarta CD-ROM, and I would be browsing. So yes, it appears to me that Wikipedia, it continues to rank lower and lower. And I also agree that there is more real estate occupied by ads than there was previously. And I think we are seeing a maturation process of their business when it comes to Google search. And it's not all that different from when we talk about Netflix, where when most of the innovation has taken place. I mean, you could argue the same thing in smartphones. When a lot of the innovation has taken place, yet shareholders are still hoping for similar growth from a revenue perspective, you have to take products you already have and increase revenue per customer. This is why prices go up when you can't, when the ability to gain new customers has been diminished by the fact that you have some degree of saturation. So what would Google search's version of that be? Create more real estate from more ads per search. Well, now you're billing more per search. And you could, by adding one extra ad, let's say, imagine the increase in revenue across all the search traffic across the entire globe. Now, again, this is completely anecdotal. This is a thing that this individual is claiming to have witnessed. It's a thing that I sort of feel as well. And it's also something that seems like an expected step for a business like that. And it goes beyond Google because YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. When you think about pre-roll ads and you think about unskippable ads and you think about the amount of time you sit there, it's a conditioning effect to it where you create the new normal, right? You do something slowly enough, insert it inside of a habitual behavior, and then hopefully, if you're sneaky enough, people are not going to notice, or if they do, it will be a kind of vague noticing. It won't be an overwhelming, oh my God, what is going on? It will be for some people, but they're going to be doing the math. They're going to be figuring out where is that revenue threshold, where we lose somebody versus we double up on someone else.
Mm-hmm. And just based on our reference, since we're looking at news sites all the time, we get hit with, first of all, the paywall, and second of all, the newsletter, and then third of all, it's like pop-ups everywhere.
So let me ask you something in that front then. If we have this terrifying future in which the ads continue to grow in volume, is there a point, and maybe are we at that point, where the paywall, as annoying as it is not as annoying as the ad-littered future that makes it almost impossible to see the content you're even reaching for? Like, this balance is very important. Now, I'm not suggesting, listen, I pay for a ton of sites, probably a dozen news sites, because we use them on the show and I read them on a frequent basis, and I don't mind. But for the average person, wouldn't the average person just prefer to have something ad subsidized, but to have it be done in an elegant enough way that makes the entire thing somewhat digestible? I mean, that would be my preference. And Google has a big role in that, plays a big role in that as a leader in the space, one of the originators. on the sort of ad subsidized, ad driven internet. So if things get out of hand, then people start to reject ads entirely. That's a problem for them. And it's a problem for their customers, their clients. So Google has as much interest as anyone to figure out where that fatigue point is and when to leave you alone.
Mm-hmm.